sudden. Do you remember this?
Sud,
All of a
all of a
sudden.
all of a sudden,
Yes.
sent without advance warning. No, all of a sudden, and became cloud and began the rain.
All of a sudden is more or less equivalent to when we say in Portuguese, we say do nada. Ele apareceu aqui do nada. Começou a chover do nada. In English, you would say all of a sudden. You would say, for example,
De
uh,
repente.
de repente is more suddenly. All of a sudden is more like we say in Portuguese, do nada. It's like he asked me to do this all of a sudden.
Ok.
Okay? As well,
Uh, as well, in additional, also, also.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. What you're going to do is you're going to use as well when the addition is not. One moment. Is not obvious. For example, you can say like João, Maria, Antonio, and you too. You can say João, Maria, and also you. But if the addition is not obvious, let me give you an example. You, Bonini, Paulo Abreu, Oscar, and I as well.
Ok.
Because I am not obvious. So
Ok.
not, I don't know if the word is obvious, but I'm not part of the logical list. You're talking about managers at the company, then you include me, then you say, and I as well. Okay?
Ok.
By the way,
De outro lado, não. A propósito,
yes, correct, correct. Deal with.
tratar. Became concerned with tomar alguma ação. Cuidar, tratar.
That's correct. Yes, that's it. Can you give me an example?
Deal with. You can. The problem is put it in the sentence. If you want, if you can, deal with me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You said the problem is to put it in a sentence. Let me give you more examples. You have to deal with the new strategy. You have to deal. You don't have to deal with Antonio because he's not in your team, so you don't have to deal with him. KSB will have to deal with this new contract. Okay? Or no?
Okay.
One more thing.
Deal with contract. Deal with this idea.
Yeah. One more thing. You also use deal with when you mean to say se vira. You would say deal with it. Should say similar to se vira. For example, Josh comes to me and say, Jairo, Dorival asked me a question, a grammar question, that I'm not sure how to answer. And I say, deal with it. Make sense?
Okay.
What is figure out?
Figure out. Figure out. Figure is a number. Figure out some or something or figure. One moment, because
Mm-hmm.
the there is uma faixa preta, né, com as coisas embaixo tampando o escrito.
Ah, no problem. Let me help you here. Okay. Figure out.
Okay. To try to understand something or someone to solve something.
I finally figured out how to use the new computer software. So this is the idea.
Resolver, solve.
This is the idea. You can figure out and you can find out. In Portuguese, I think they are the same thing. But when you find out and figure out, it's like descobrir. But when you find out, you call someone or you read the manual, for example, or you ask someone, then you find out. For example, do you know how many people work at KSB Germany?
Yes, I think so.
Exactly.
No, exactly no.
Can you find out?
Okay.
All right. So
like discover.
like discover, but in this case, you will call someone, right? Email or check on the system, something like this.
Okay.
Now, when you don't have anyone to call, you don't have the system, you have to do it by yourself. Then you figure out.
Okay.
Okay. It's like, for example, I have this new equipment here, and I have to figure out how to connect it to my computer. Figure out because I don't have anyone to ask. I don't have any manual. I have to descobrir eu mesmo. So I figure out. Okay?
Okay. Para resolver alguma coisa.
It's like descobrir, mas sem ajuda.
Okay, and find out
With help. With help. Yes.
Okay, the same thing, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That's it. The same thing, but one you ask, the other you se vira.
Okay.
First of all.
Primeiramente.
For good. One moment, sorry. For good.
For good, okay. For good. Strange. Permanently.
Yes. Exactly.
Plants to close the public. Swimming pool for good.
For good. Permanently. It's like forever. For good. It's like saying, for example, if I ask Josh to use his room and he asks me for good, and I say no, only tonight. Can I use your classroom, Josh, for good? No, tonight only. Okay. Get rid of something. Get rid of something.
Rid something away. So, try something to make a cold or fever disappear. They brought a new television, so I went to get rid on my own. Hold on.
Does it make sense to you?
Quero me desfazer, seria essa idea?
Yeah, that's correct. The thing is, you can use this for people too. You can get rid of a person. Like if a criminal is talking to another criminal about killing someone, he will say get rid of. But also, if you want to fire a person, people will use this term. get rid of someone, like fire the person or transfer this person to another area. So you get rid of this person. You can get rid of things, like get rid of a computer. Uh, there is a box here in my room. There is a box, and I can ask Viviane to get rid of this box.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
Next one is go on.
Go on. Bom, to continue to
Yes.
vai em frente dessa ideia,
Yes. But you do this, yes, correct? You do this only when you interrupt. Or when no, after you interrupt. If you interrupt, you ask the person to go on, to retake it, to continue like after the interruption. You can do this, for example, if you're talking to me and I interrupt you and I say, no, I'm sorry, go on.
Okay.
Okay? You said carry on. And you are correct. Carry on. The same thing. Like continue.
Okay.
Go over.
To examine or review something.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So to go over, for example, if we are talking about a document with which I think is the most important for you, go over is like dar uma passada, dar uma olhada, dar uma. That's go over. Go through it's more like you really go one by one and check everything. Go over is more dar uma passada, dar uma olhada.
Okay.
The best of go over would be
Go over the
the best would be
the past
Mhm.
would be
Hmm.
the example.
No, the best of go over.
Okay. Went over.
Went over. Yes. So you can say, for example, hey, I went over the contract and I think it's good.
Okay.
Okay? Now, you can also say, please go through the contract. See if we have any problems with this or. Now, go through is more in detail, it's more one by one. You can say, for example, go over the payroll and see if we need something, like anything you're talking about. See if we need something. Or you can say, go through the payroll and find all the benefits, etc., etc. Makes sense? Go over is quickly. Go through it's more careful.
They're more careful.
Yes. In a way,
Yeah, you gave a example. I thought that you discussed it with our auditor, or I said, or I told you
no, what happened?
specific example.
Like go over and go through the payroll? Really?
Yes. Last week
Mm-hmm.
we were discussed with auditors, and they or he used exactly it. Go through and go over.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Because the first time I couldn't understood you.
Uh-huh.
Understand him.
Right.
But after he explained for me what he want.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I when he was explained for me, sorry, I understand. You go over. He said go over, but in specific process, in specific steps, you need to go through. Okay, I do. Now I don't understand. Okay, but I could understood it.
Understand it.
It, yes, because my process today, all guy has a master data.
Right.
You know.
Yes.
But he can that I put levels to.
Ah.
But my team or payroll team has only two guys, so it's almost impossible to put the level.
Yes, it's
I
difficult.
I will solve it, but it's a very coincidence.
You said something that remind me of SKF also. When I went there to translate, they had like a system, and the people from Europe. Was my job to translate people from Europe. They came to assist, and everyone in the warehouse is deposited, was a master user. Everyone. They were like, "What? Everyone here was no one should be a master user. No one, and everyone was a master user. Everyone could, for example, everyone had the ability to delete products from the warehouse.
Yes.
What is in a way?
In a way, to a certain extent, a little. In a way. I want to go to the new restaurant.
No.
Oh, I want to go to the new restaurant, but
In a way, I do not really care.
exactly.
In a way, would be like, de certa forma, se for ver bem, de certa forma. Then you say, in a way. It's like this. Let me give you another example. We lost the client, and this is very bad. It's terrible. But in a way, it's good because we learn. Make sense? In a way, it's good because we learn.
Okay, de certa forma, né?
Yes. Yes. Next, in order to. Remember that?
In order to. Order to. For the purpose of. Could you?
Oh, sure.
Up again, please.
Yeah.
Where is?
It's here.
Okay. The other two. They have decided to close down the school for the summer in order to see. De acordo com.
You use this for purpose, propósito.
Propósito.
Yes, like this. I need money in order to pay my bills. I need a ticket in order to fly. I need help in order to finish. I need.
Not proposed like. By the way, the different.
Oh yeah. Propósito.
Like, more to because.
Yes.
Yeah.
More like because. Yes.
Okay. For the purpose.
Kinda. You pronounce like this. Kinda.
Kinda.
Yes. Kinda is like mais ou menos. You can say more or less, but you only say more or less for numbers. You can say more or less 10%, more or less 500, more or less 25 degrees. But you don't say more or less tired, for example. You don't say more or less big. You can also say so. You probably heard this so. The thing is, exists, but I never heard so. Neither Josh. So this is, I don't know if it's an old thing. It exists, I checked the dictionary, but the way to say mais ou menos when it's not number, it's kinda. For example, when you want to say, for example, meio, mais ou menos pequeno, meio pequeno, then you say it's kind of small, meio caro. You say it's kind of expensive, kind of big. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of hungry.
Okay.
Okay? Makes sense?
Ah, makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah.
Fazer sentido, né?
Yes. At all?
Not, certain not, absolute not, or
Yes.
absolute at all.
Absolutely not. Certainly
Not.
not. What you do
It's not.
is, what you do is,
It,
you use at all in negative sentences to put emphasis.
it's not at all.
For example, at all, ever, those are spare words. Or what else? But it's a spare word. Spare words means if you take the word out of the sentence, you don't change the sentence. But if you put the word, you put emphasis. For example, no money at all. You see, I'm using this for negatives. No money at all. To say no money at all and to say no money is the same thing, but no money at all is like more emphasis. If I say, Dorival, my company has no money at all, it's just more emphatic. Do you understand? Oh, I didn't understand at all. So I didn't understand at all is like I really, really didn't understand. Make sense?
Yes, but okay, makes sense. But you put absolutely not, not.
Yes.
Thinking only absolutely is very common. You use absolutely when someone is agree with you.
Yes. Yes.
But in this case, I understand that you use absolutely. Depends on the intonation to use the absolutely.
Yes. Yes. And you can use that absolutely is you said everything depends on the intonation, because the word absolutely, only absolutely, can mean completely yes and can mean completely no, depending on the intonation. So if you ask me, for example, are you angry? And I say absolutely, I mean, of course not. Depends on my, I don't even, I wouldn't even say my intonation. I think it's more my attitude. But it can mean completely yes, or it can mean completely no. It's a strange word.
Okay.
So if
because as I told you, for me it's very common absolutely when someone is agree with the point, with the comments, but could be used to also. Imagine someone is plan something, and you ask him.
Yes.
If you want to stop now, no problem. Absolutely. This idea.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes. 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 Yes.
This idea. The same word, but the different situation.
Yes. Yes.
Change the intonation.
Yes.
And the situation.
Exactly. You said perfectly. On the other hand.
De outro lado.
Yes, correct. Por outro lado, regardless of.
Regardless of.
Regardless of is like independentemente de alguma coisa.
Okay.
I don't have people to finish this, but regardless of the people, I also don't have money. Or you can use regardless by itself, sozinho, when you want to say independentemente. For example, Dorival, you have to. Let me give you a good example. You have to arrive in Rio de Janeiro for the meeting next morning. You say, yeah, but I'm driving there. I'm not taking an airplane. I'm driving there. And the person says, regardless. And that would be like, problema seu. Tô nem aí. Regardless. Regardless of something is independente de alguma coisa.
And regardless, no, the opposite.
Only regardless, no, not the opposite. Only regardless is like, não tô nem aí.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Right away.
Right away is right. Immediately.
Immediately. Yes. Immediately. But really, really, really immediately. Like when you say in Portuguese, pra ontem.
Okay.
You say really immediately. So no, right away. You can use this to ask for something. You can say, can you print this right away for me? Or you can use to offer. When someone says, Dorival, can you come here? You say, yeah, right away. And you mean right immediately.
Okay.
Set up.
Set up. Establish the level. Establish something. The target.
Don't confuse this with set. It's a phrasal verb. There is an up
okay.
here.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's okay.
Set up is used to start to prepare something.
Yes. Instalar.
Instalar.
Yes,
set
you
up
also.
the machine.
Yes.
Program.
Set up the computer. Set up the sound in your car.
Okay.
Set up the TV.
Okay.
So far.
For me, so far is longe. But...
It can be.
okay.
But you must put away. If you say so far away, then it's longe. If you say, for example, my house is so far away, it's longe. Only so far means until now.
Until now.
Yes. Or also to associate with Portuguese, also por enquanto. So if I say, for example,
for now,
it's also por enquanto, but por enquanto diferente. It's, for example, are you happy with this salary? And you say, for now, yes. And you mean, no momento tá, mas eu vou pedir mais depois. No, for now the salary is good. Now, por enquanto, like, quantas pessoas vão? Por enquanto eu tenho 25. So you would say, so far I have 25. Okay? Did you understand? So far, yes. The same idea. Until now, like, so far, yes. So far I understand. People say a lot this. No, so far, so good. And they mean, por enquanto tá ótimo. So far, so good. Okay? Take care of something or someone.
Cuidar de alguma coisa, né?
Yes.
Take care.
Yes, correctly. Take place.
And take over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Take over.
Control something. Take over something. Take over something over. To take control.
Take control.
Take control of something.
It's like assumir. Assumir.
Assumir?
Yes. You can say assume. In English, the verb assume exists, but assume is deduzir. That's the idea. If you say don't assume, it's like não crie conclusões. Não chega a conclusões. Assumir a empresa, assumir o departamento is take over.
Take over. Okay.
Yes. So my manager was transferred and I will take over the department. Or my company will take over Suzer. Huh?
Okay.
One day. My company will take over Suzer. Or a real example is that Pão de Açúcar took over Casas Bahia.
Okay.
Okay? Take place is acontecer. What we say in Portuguese is vai ser. Quando alguma coisa vai acontecer, a gente diz vai ser. A gente diz a reunião vai ser às 2, a reunião vai ser aqui, a reunião não vai ser aqui na fábrica. In English, you don't say be, you say take place. You say, for example, the meeting will take place at 5 p.m. The meeting will take place in the factory. The training will take place online, etc.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So how would
Now, you intend that I remembered all of them. Are you kidding?
Give me 1 second, Dorival, really 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, now it's the moment to remember everything. Just 1 second. I had my phone here before with the list, and my daughter took it. Are you still there? Dorival?
What?
Oh, okay. So, how would you say in English? Se vira. Ah,
Oh, I don't remember.
no problem. No problem. This is only for cognitive purposes, because when I teach you from Portuguese to English, it makes you think the reverse. So it helps the cognitive purpose. You say, deal with it.
Deal with me.
Uh-huh.
Deal with.
How would you say descobrir o número do telefone? You say find out his
Find out.
number.
Okay.
Yes, find out his number. How would you say I'm going to Mexico para ficar?
To stay then
For good.
I go. Yes.
For good. I'm going to Mexico for good. Permanent.
I'm going to Mexico
For good.
for good.
Yes. When I interrupt you, how can I say não, pode continuar.
Go on.
Go on. Yes. How would you say, vamos dar uma olhada aqui, ou dar uma passada, ver se está tudo bem? Dá uma revisada.
Go.
Go.
Go through and go.
Uh-huh.
Go over.
Go over. Yeah.
Over.
Go over the document.
Okay.
How would you say this phrase? How would you say this phrase? Eu gostei, mas é meio caro.
I liked it, but in order, expensive.
Uh-huh. You would say kind of expensive. I like it, but it's kind of expensive.
Kind é mais ou menos caro, né?
Yes. Kind of expensive.
Kind of expensive, okay.
Uh-huh. How would you say, até agora, entendi?
No. So far.
So far, yes. Now, I will do the opposite. I will say in English now. What do you understand if I say, he came here all of a sudden?
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden. He came here all of a sudden.
I don't remember.
Do nada.
Do nada.
Apareceu aí. All of a sudden.
Okay.
What do you understand if I say, I have to deal with this computer.
I have to deal
With this computer.
to deal
Mm-hmm.
deal
I have to deal with this computer.
um, use it.
That's like lidar, dar um jeito.
Okay.
Tem que dar um jeito, eu tenho que me virar, tenho que lidar com esse computador.
Okay.
What do you understand if I say, Dorival, get rid of Microsoft?
Get rid.
Uh-huh.
Get rid. Get rid.
Get rid of Microsoft.
Get rid. Get rid. Get rid. Microsoft.
Uh-huh.
Not use more.
Yes, yes, yes. Don't use it anymore. Just be careful with the pronunciation. Don't say get rid. Say get rid. Get rid.
Get rid.
Yes. What do you understand if I say, I understand nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Nothing.
Correct. What do you understand if I say, I have to set up the sound in my car?
Sorry?
I have to set up the sound in my car.
Start to prepare your
Yes.
radio.
Yes. What do you understand if I ask you this question? Where will this meeting take place?
Where will be happen the meeting?
Excellent. That's correct. All right.
All right, Jaime.
We'll
Bye-bye.
continue next week. Bye bye. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye bye.